Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yap Over Yeast, the show in which I interview my friends all sorts of questions in exchange for exposure and a sweet treat. I am your host, seagrass expert, and we're here with a very special guest, reporting live from tiny country in Europe. We are pretty good friends. It's why it's my treat, Eli.
Oh, I'm so glad to be your sweet treat today, Lauren.
Mhm.
Especially because you did not get me any sweet treat, and I don't know how you're going to bribe me with one all the way across the pond.
Eli, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Eli. Currently based in Denmark, doing research in Copenhagen. I study biology, and I met Lauren on a summer research program. Ooh.
And that summer research program happened to be in Puerto Rico, which is funny because
Woo!
we were one of the few blancos in the group, which was really fun. And we didn't really know Spanish that well, but now I know a little.
And I still am terrible at it. I fear my time in Puerto Rico came just after I studied abroad in a country where I had to learn a language. And so I spent so much work on learning that language and was so exhausted in Puerto Rico that I just persisted with my elementary school Spanish, which was really, really not good.
Before we begin the interview, allow me to introduce the sweet treat. I have a Tres Leches cupcake that I got from the bakery next to my campus. It's
Ooh,
super, super yummy and delish. Do you have a sweet treat with you?
I do have a sweet treat. Today, as of the day of recording, is a Wednesday. And so what I've done is I've brought a Wednesday snail. It's like a cinnamon roll, but on Wednesdays in Copenhagen, they're cheap and equally as delicious. So here's our little
Wow.
Wednesday snail. A little swirl.
I have a swirl on mine too in the
I
frosting.
know we're matching.
It has cinnamon on top, so they're basically the
Mm,
same thing.
exactly.
First question is, should we bring back throwing tomatoes at bad people in public?
I believe that tomatoes should be thrown at bad people in private only. I believe to throw it in public is to cause a public disturbance. You are augmenting a bad person by having gross ass tomato on the ground. You do not need that. You do not want that.
Mhm.
Keep the tomatoes where they belong, in the mouth, in the compost, in the safety of your own home. Do it at a play. Let's not do it in a public park, public setting.
Mhm. Do you suggest a different material being used, like flour?
Um, I feel as though the proper technique is to just say shame. I think it's simple. We need to bring back shame. We need to make shame apparent, say what it is, announce it. Doesn't need a mechanism. Just be like, shame on you. And I think that'll work.
How about like just going boo?
Also, a fantastic choice. If you see a ghost from Mario on the street, I would suggest you also shout that.
Dream guest on your podcast.
On my podcast, Dream
Hmm.
Guest. Well, first up, I need to have a podcast. And I
Hmm.
feel like the theme of my podcast is gonna like dictate all these questions.
Right.
Um, but to me, when in doubt, I think I want someone who can provide commentary on whatever we're gonna have. And so I'm thinking like a Tiffany Pollard type. I want
I
someone who can
love
cause
her.
controversy. I love her so much. She is fantastic. I have been watching Flavor of Love as of late. I don't know if you've ever seen her at her start, but it's just fantastic. I can't hear the word Beyonce without thinking of her
Beyonce.
infamous quote. Yeah. Like if you need to cut someone down to size, Tiffany's there for you.
Mhm.
That's why I want her on my podcast.
That's great to hear, even if it's not related to Tiffany Pollard or any of her.
No, if I want like to talk about endangered animals, like Tiffany Pollard. She she would say so much. If
Mhm.
I want to talk about like my life, Tiffany, she will give me advice. Like Tiffany Pollard is always there for you, and I think that's what matters.
You are currently doing research, and you've done research at a bunch of different places, including Tanzania, Puerto Rico, Denmark now, and where you went to college, which is in California.
Indeed. I'll just add, I've also done research in the state of Florida if we want to just add another location. I know, it's scary, weird.
What kind of research have you done in each of these places?
Oh God, too
Like a
much.
quick summary.
Okay, quick summary. We're gonna do 3 words for each location. Um, in Florida, I did research on detecting lionfish with environmental DNA.
I
In
think that was more
California,
than 3 words, but you can continue.
3 big boy words, 1 small boy word. In California, I did research on dissecting bird vomit. In Tanzania, I did research on ethnobotany of birds. No, ethnobotany is the wrong word because that is plants.
Yeah.
Ethnoornithology. Woo! Um,
Ooh.
in Puerto Rico, I did research on conservation planning and macroecology. And here in Denmark, I'm doing environmental genomics.
You really like birds.
Do I?
Yes?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm a bird boy. I admit it. I'm trying to break the label. My current research is on fish, but I am a bird boy.
I'm gonna name a pop girly, and you will have to match a bird that matches either their like aesthetic, their vibe, you know, their singing,
Yeah,
perhaps. Mhm. First one I'd like to ask is Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan. I think Chapel Roan is giving mannequin. She's dancing with her group. She's singing her song. She's kind of teaming up with the world. The world enjoys her. She provides a performance, impresses everyone. I don't know. I think she has that energy.
Charlie XCX.
Charlie. Oh, Charlie needs a good one. I'm gonna say like Victoria Crown Pigeon. I think she brings an energy. She brings a like presence. She brings a fun. When you see the Victoria Crown Pigeon, you're like, oh, it's a show. And I think that's what Charlie's gonna give to you.
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. I don't know. Billy's hard because I feel like I want a bird that like encapsulates all of her energy, but her energy's changed so much. Like we've got a lot. I also have to remember that I need to think of a bird that is a bird of the feather that sticks together. Maybe I'm going for like swan or something like that. I think like she's become more ethereal over the years, become more in that sort of thing. At first, she was more of the like brooding, ugly duckling energy. Um, not that she was ugly, but more that she was like sinister.
Mhm.
And now she's blossomed into like winged creature.
Taylor Swift.
Now, Miss Taylor Swift, she is like rock pigeon. You cannot escape her. You do not want to escape her. Um, she is, you just don't need a rock pigeon for everything in your life. And it just feels as though sometimes people are like, oh, rock pigeon, oh, rock pigeon, you've been there for me since I was a child. Oh, rock pigeon, you can do nothing wrong. Well, maybe when Rock Pigeon starts talking about its dick all the time. Sorry, its boyfriend's dick all the time. I'm a little sick of it, okay?
Mhm. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Oh, you're catching me on an hour where like I was just before this listening to Carly Rae Jepsen. So this is gonna say something. I'm gonna go with like a nightingale. I just think like people know it, but people don't know it very well. It has nice singing. It's doing good things. Yeah.
And finally, a favorite you could argue for Stan Twitter for a certain reason. Gracie Abrams.
Um, I hate to disappoint the bisexual community. I do not listen to Gracie Abrams. I cannot speak to her properly, and I will not give her a bird. I'm sorry, Gracie.
No, that was that's the reaction that the Stan Twitter community wants. So, you're a self-proclaimed screenager.
Yes.
How would you describe one? What traits would a screenager have?
What a screenager would have is like, to me, a screenager is not like, I guess the problem is that screenager is changing. But to me, a classic screenager is the kind of person who's like, I don't know it, I'm gonna Google it. To me, ChatGPTing it, you're not a screenager. You're like a screen baby. Like it's but to me, a screenager like grew up in an era where they knew what life was like before a screen. But that doesn't mean they're not addicted to it. I'm always there. I'm always scrolling, watching, reading, doing all of those things. I'm like, oh, I'm sick of my computer, so I'm gonna change pace and go to my phone. But I'm breaking the screenager trend because I've started reading actual books here. I know, crazy. And I have said it is good. I think it's good to stop being a screenager, but that doesn't mean I will.
All right. Yaoi or Yuri?
Um, I can't say I consume either. I apologize. Um, to the people who are even more chronically online than me. Tumblr users, I'm really sorry. Lauren, I'm really sorry. Um, I would say I still think the world has yet to produce good MLM media. I think they're still lacking. Think they're still behind. I think there's like occasional good ones, but it's not there. I feel like when we have lesbians, it's always working. Like, have you seen The Favorite? The Favorite, like, it changes lives. It's fantastic. It is an absolutely phenomenal movie that people need to watch more often. And so I'm gonna take Yuri on this side.
Great choice. Tell me something interesting or weird about Texas. A little fun fact.
Um, Fun fact about Texas. I once went to, I think it was the Texas State Fair, where I had Oreos deep fried in Kool-Aid batter. It was horrific.
Clay batter?
Kool-Aid.
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 Ugh.
You're welcome. Fun fact.
I guess that's a fact. And it could be fun for some.
It was not fun for me. I think it like ruined my digestion on that day. Young Eli did not have a good day after eating Oreos deep fried in Kool-Aid batter.
All right. So we know each other through research, and I famously, perhaps, um, during our research time together, felt very discouraged from the sciences.
Did
And
you?
I did. My self-esteem was kind of not great after that. Um, and I had, you know, a little bit of doubts about my abilities. So I would like to ask you, do you ever feel discouraged from the sciences? Like any major or minor, like difficulties in
Oh,
research?
like
And
literally all the time. Oh, sorry.
and what tips do you have for the research doing adverse?
Um, I I mean, I'll start this off by saying I think the number one tip for the research doing a verse is do not do research because it is research. Do research because you want to explore that type of research. Like research for research's sake isn't going to make you happy. You've got to find some topic that like you are genuinely interested in and genuinely think that you can do an evolving project over the course of months and constantly be thinking about. And so I think that's a big thing. I think I have felt so much imposter syndrome over my life, like all the time. Whenever I start something, I'm like, I don't belong here. I'm not good at it, especially because I've done so many different research projects because it took me a lot of time to like find my way and what I very specifically wanted to do. Um, when I was starting a lot of things where I was like, I'm so behind. How am I gonna ever catch up to these people? And I think like it's not a one-way street. You need supportive lab. You need a supportive like professor to be helping you and stuff like that. And so like I think also like don't hunt prestige, hunt people who are gonna actually help you out. Um, like I really enjoy the lab I've been working in. I'm jumping into a bunch of new things and people are there to help me. They have their scripts, they have their past code, they have all the things they know. And so like you need that. Um, I also think that like you are going to encounter people in your life who are far too impressive for their own good. Um, and they are going to have crazy accomplishments. And you need to remind yourself that like everyone has the same amount of time in a day, and you are choosing other things, and that is very valid of you. Like, if you are not reading scientific papers for fun, good. You have fun, you have joy. If you like more than just the one science you do and are also interested in some other hobby, good, because you don't want to look back 50 years from now and be like, I pursued no hobbies. I'm now retired, and now I can't think of anything but working. Like, cultivate a well-balanced life, and I think it makes research way better than just revolving your whole entire life around it. Those are my advice to the children out there.
Mhm.
Also, apply for a lot of things. Apply for more things than you ever think you might need to apply to, because opportunities are scarce, very competitive, and the best ones are the ones that 10,000 people think they want. Um, so go for the ones that like 9,000 people think they want also. That's a good strategy. The first summer research thing I got it because I was the only one who applied to work in my project. And guess what?
Wow.
It was a great time. It was fun. Just because I didn't choose that I wanted to work with turtles, everyone else chose to apply for that project. I got mine. Be strategic.
Mhm. That's very nice. Especially, I found you very helpful. We had like adjacent labs when we were doing research, and I
Yeah.
appreciated you being there. And I agree. Sometimes you have more important things to do, but also if you're just, you know, clocking in and doing word searches instead of research because you think that it sucks, and maybe that's not the best choice for you or the best
Yeah.
place. But
In
sometimes
which
you just have
case,
to truck through.
you do have to trek through, and I think that's the power of being an undergrad and doing summer research. It is a much lower commitment activity. Um, it's not something that you have to like put your entire life into, and I think that's really helpful because otherwise it's scary, intimidating. Um, you think it's going to be forever. Like having a timer on it helps you figure out, is this something I like? Is this something I don't like? And don't be turned off of research because your first research experience wasn't what you were looking for. Ask yourself, like, is it about research or is it about what I was doing here? Because those are two very different things.
I agree. In my own experience of research, perhaps you remember my first research experience.
I remember it quite well, quite vividly. I remember a lot of frustration, a lot of like, Lauren was working in this room where there was this big table and then like a little cute little plush chair to the side of it. And I had to go through her room to like get to mine. And so I'd be like, Lauren, how are you doing today? And Lauren would be like, ugh.
Mhm.
Find more joy than that. I
Yeah.
recommend.
Mhm. I realized I was not really cut out for that kind of research. I
Well,
did
you are
not.
also not properly trained for that kind of research. Like, that was a research experience where I think they shouldn't have expected you to know how to program when they said no programming experience required.
Yeah. Also, it involved genetics, and I hadn't taken that class before, and it was asking for
Yeah,
like ORFs and stuff, and I was like, I had no clue
yeah,
what this means.
yeah.
Um,
So Other piece of advice, make sure that you talk to your professor about what they're looking for. Um, because sometimes they will say things are okay and they are not.
I
Sometimes
found that
they'll
the hard
say
way.
things are requirements and they're equally not requirements. Um, sometimes they will think you need to know something and you don't. Sometimes they think you will not need to know something and you do. It's a challenge working with someone who has a PhD because it's like that XKCD, um, where they're like talking about the gems or the geologist stuff, and they're like, how many crystals does the average person know? And they're like, oh, everyone knows these ones. They're basic. Like that's the thing about PhD. Like they've been doing your topic for so long they've forgotten what it's like to be starting out at the beginning and what people do and don't know. And so, like, advocating for yourself, also huge.
Luckily, I was able to res start research at my own university, but instead of doing coding and stuff, I was
Yeah.
looking at dog poop
Dog
and
poop.
cow poop and looking for beetles,
You
and that
see,
was really
and
fun.
everyone needs to find their dog poop. Find the thing that makes you happy. And for Lauren, that's dog shit. And you know what? That's okay. We
Mhm.
support her, we validate her.
Mhm.
If it was good enough for Divine, it's good enough for Lauren.
Mhm. What would be your Pacific Northwest non-binary name?
Oh God. Um, well, I almost okay, let's see. I feel like I need a tree that really speaks to me. Um,
Mhm.
what about like sycamore or something like that? Like I used to have a big sycamore tree growing in my yard growing up. I feel like it's a tree that I relate to. I am sick more than your average person. The immune system's not giving. I like sycamore for myself.
That sounds kind of like old-fashioned, admittedly, like Sigmund, you know.
Yeah,
But maybe that's the way you want to go.
maybe I just want to be a sycamore and you can't challenge that.
You're right, I can't. This is from, I thought of this question last night based on a personal experience that occurred
Oh,
last night. What would be your loudspeaker in the communal dorm showers? So, like, if you were in the dorm showers and you wanted some, just you in it, what would you play to repel people so you can just have the showers to yourself?
I think I would play my like most whorish hyperpop in my playlist. I think I would start blasting like some Slater, get like beat up Chanel's going. Maybe some Aisha erotica if we really need to repel other people from the shower. I think like they'll be scared, they'll be horrified, especially if I'm also singing along to it. Like, oh, it'd be terrible. It'd be awful. And I feel your pain. In freshman year, there's a man who played Lana Del Rey in the showers. And I was like, love Lana, but I do not need to be depressed every time I'm taking a shower in the morning.
I have a final little task for you. So, I have this little segment on my show where I present you 5 red flags, and
Okay.
you must decide that if someone with this quality would go in the front of the line for purgatory, meaning they should be judged by other qualities,
Yeah.
in the back of the line for purgatory, you know, they need to, they really need to think through, or
Yeah.
straight to hell.
Okay.
Brings a guitar to a party and plays really bad music on it.
Straight to hell. Sorry. If you're gonna bring a guitar to a party, you better be damn good at that guitar. Like, if it's your own party, do whatever you want. You do not bring a guitar into my party and then play it badly. If you're playing a guitar, I want to like believe in you. I want to trust in you. I want you to know that you are going to bring up the atmosphere. Otherwise, hell, it's over.
All right. Richard Nixon defender.
Um, back of the line for purgatory. I think it depends on how we defend Richard. Like, if you like him for being just like a weird man who is like, ooh, um, like that's one thing. If you like him for like, creating the EPA, like go for it. If you like him for his scandals,
Whoever decides at major companies to fire their employees and replace them with AI.
oh, hell. Like, you're gonna fire your employees, replace them with AI when AI like here's my thing. AI is not at the point where it does what a human does. Because AIs cannot think thoughts. They can only regurgitate effectively. If you want someone who can regurgitate effectively, hire a penguin, not an AI.
Or me,
Or Lauren. She doesn't have a job yet.
a real job.
A real job. Sorry.
Reddit user who often wears a fedora.
Um, Front of the line. I think we need to see what's on their Reddit posts first before we condemn them to hell. I think poor fashion choices should not send you to hell. Um, I just believe that clothes are hard. Figuring out what you want to look like is really hard. And to shame someone for just their looks, terrible. Read
Mhm,
their posts, then send them to hell based on that.
mhm. All right. Finally, let's say someone who is in Chem 101 and disposes the chemicals all wrong, like, put something down the drain when they're not supposed to.
Front of the line. It's Chem 101. Your professors need to be telling you what to do properly. They need to be looking over your shoulder. Do not trust someone who has just started it with like acids, bases, dry ice, wet ice, really anything. Don't trust anyone with anything and say that they're going to hell if they do it wrong.
Do you have any final words that you'd like to share with the audience? Like a piece of advice, your socials, a cause you'd like to promote, or something else you'd like to promote? This is the floor is all yours.
This is my chance to promote anything. Okay.
Yes.
Today, I would like to promote for your consideration the movie All of Us Strangers. It's good. It's fantastic. It has Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal. They're gay. It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna make you think about parents. It's gonna make you think about children. It's gonna make you think about childhood. It's gonna make you think about so many fantastic things. Though we support that most yaoi is bad, this is our one exception. Go watch it.
Thank you for joining me today on Yap Over Yeast, and thank you for viewer for watching at home. We'll have an episode next week, hopefully very soon. I have some guests in mind that have been requesting, and I
Tiffany
gotta.
Pollard, you're up next.
And now, finally, the moment I know you've been waiting for,
I've been waiting so long. I'm so hungry.
the sweet treat. Are you waiting for me to bite? Okay, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, this is great.
My guy's nice and crunchy. I appreciate it. Good flaky pastry.
Mine is nice and moist and a little like, see, it has a little liquid and stuff.
Mm,
Farewell.
farewell.